And what is up, everybody? Okay, doing things a little bit different now because my webcam is deciding not to work anymore. And I got here in the shot new wrestling ring. Has to do with another project that I'm going to be working on. But okay, I just finished watching apparently this post on MovieWeb on Facebook on how Amber Heard is getting sued for $10 million for refusing to get naked on camera. And I'm indifferent about that. Now, I'm Christian. Women absolutely should not be getting naked in front of the camera. It is absolutely her right to say she doesn't want to get naked in front of camera. But what happened to all the other times she had posed naked on camera? You know? Amber Heard, like the first movie I ever saw her in was Never Back Down. And Never Back Down is a movie that I don't necessarily think is a great movie, but I recommend that everybody watch because of the message that's in it, you know? That's the only reason, for it being a good movie. It's basically the mixed martial arts remake of The Karate Kid. And acting wasn't that great, but the story was good. The story was decent. And it was It was a PG-13 movie. But for the most part, I didn't think she did a very good job acting, but I always thought she was gorgeous. Then she's in the Run Diaries. She's does all these other movies. The majority of them rated R, and majority of them she gets naked in. And for her to have a problem, not have a problem with it then, and to have a problem with it now, did she grow a conscience? Did she become a born again Christian? If so, okay, great. If not, please forgive the director for thinking that, okay, she's going to have no problem getting naked on camera. I just recently started my acting career. I've been doing a lot of background acting for the past few months. I've already been, I'm not allowed to say most of the stuff that I've been on, but the one episode of Elementary that I'm in has already aired. I play a mercenary guard, and the only thing you see me in is a picture. But when I signed up with the casting company, they asked me if I'd be willing to do nudity, partial nudity, this, that, and the other, and I said no nudity, right? Now, mind you, I have to eventually come back and re-sign that contract. If at any point, she's been acting for a little while, so I'm pretty sure after a couple years, she probably said, "Okay, I'm not gonna." It's like, I'm not gonna get naked anymore. Personally, if you don't want to get naked now, you should have never done it in the beginning. If you have problems with it now, you should have never done it before. But at the same time, if she doesn't want to do it now, is it in her contract? Did she write down in her contract that she's not going to do nudity anymore? Because then they shouldn't have casted her. Now this is where the suing comes in. Mind you, she's a union actress. Therefore, if she gets fired, they have to pay her anyway. And I'm not 100% sure what she gets paid, but maybe she gets paid $10 million. Not 100% sure. So for them to suing her, they're basically trying to get the money back in the budget due to the fact that I don't know how much of this film she had already shot. I don't know how much footage they have. I don't know how much time. I don't know how much over budget they've gone. You don't know, how much time do they have to their deadline, or if they're already past their deadline, due to the fact that they did everything else, but she doesn't want to get naked on camera, which I commend. I absolutely commend. But if you knew they were going to ask for this, why'd you sign up? And not to mention the fact that if you've gotten naked so many other times before, for you not to do it now, like whatever your reasons are, okay, but you should have never agreed to this role, if that's the case. You have a problem getting naked. I commend you on that. But like I said, the director, you're like, please forgive the director for assuming that you would have no problem with it. Should they be suing her? No. Should the director be trying to find another loophole around it? Absolutely. What I'm trying to say, the only thing I'm trying to say is this isn't about sexism. This isn't about being a pervert or anything like that. Like this is everything to do with the fact of assumption, everything to do with the fact with perception, because for people it's like, oh, it's absolutely her right, and men being chauvinists and perverts, anything like that. It's like that didn't stop her before. If she has a problem with it now, okay, fine. Is it in her contract to not do it? And if it's in her contract to not do it, okay, they should have never signed her to it. And since they signed her to it, think of something completely different. That's it. But don't get upset at the director for asking her to do something she's done plenty of times before, and now she's got a problem with it. Like like myself, in one of the roles I did, they're like, well, do you mind you mind taking your shirt off? Like, yeah, no problem. Oh, we're gonna have to put you in. Yeah, no problem. Okay, my shirt's off. I'm face down in the dirt. I'll do it. No problem. And they paid me extra. Okay, great. But later on, for them to be like, oh yeah, if you don't mind taking your shirt, oh no, I can't do that. No, stupid things like that. Some people that they'll have a problem with. It's like, no, I don't want to be laying in the dirt or anything like that. I'm like, dude, I'm all for it. I've done it so many other times before for free. Might as well get paid for it now. So for Amber Heard to have done this so many times before, for her to have a problem with it now, it's like I said, it is totally her right to be against it. To be against it right now. But again, she's done it so many times before. Don't get mad because they assumed she would do it again. That's it. That's all there is to it. I'm done talking. You guys have a good night.